Hi, my name is Joanna Seeley, and today I'll be doing a presentation on the sheep brain. And this is the sheep brain. And starting with the parietal lobe here, you have the frontal lobe on this side, the temporal lobe just below, you have the occipital lobe on this side, and down under here you have the brainstem, and over here you have the cerebellum. The cerebellum is for balance, coordination, fine muscle control. The brainstem down under here is for breathing, blood pressure, heartbeat, swallowing, alert and sleepiness, body temperature, and digestion. The frontal lobe is for movement, thinking initiation, reasoning, judgment, behavior, emotions, memory, and speaking. The parietal lobe is for knowing right from left, sensation, reading, understanding special relationships. Over here is the temporal lobe. It's for understanding language, behavior, memory, and hearing. And last, you have the occipital lobe for vision and color blindness, the rest of the brain. Okay, here we have the superior longitudinal sulcus, this crease here in the middle. Then we have the gyrus over here, the sulcus right below it. And on this side here, we have the central sulcus, here in this area. Okay, here we have the gyrus, and the gyrus is a ridge on the cerebral cortex. It is generally surrounded by one or more sulci. Depression of furrows, and that is what the gyrus is. Okay, here we have the longitudinal fissure, here down the middle. It is the deep groove that divides the cerebrium into right and left hemisphere, the right and the left. If you cut down the middle, there would be two brains if you cut down the middle here of the longitudinal fissure. Okay, here we have the frontal lobe up here. Then we have just below it is the olfactory bulb, the synapse point of the cranial nerve 1. And then we have the optic chiasma here. And then we have the optic nerve 2 here. And just below it is the optic tract, which should be in this area here underneath the sheet. We have the midbrain in this area, which is where the hypothalamus is. And here's the pons. Over here we have the temporal lobe on the side. The medulla oblongata is over here. And we have the cerebellum over here. And the spinal cord is down here. Okay, over here on the top we have the olfactory nerve. And then we have the oculomotor nerve just below, the oculomotor nerve. Then below that is the trochlear nerve. Then in this area here would be the abducens nerve. Below it, you have the hypoglossal nerve. And then below that is the accessory nerve. On this side would be the vagus nerve. Above that, a little bit above that, you would have the facial nerve. And then a little bit to the top, more would be the trigeminal. And last, over here in this area is the optic nerve. Okay, here we have the pineal gland, the superior oculi, the inferior oculi, the vermis, the left lateral lobe, right lateral lobe. Here we have the corpora quadrigemina. And that's the conclusion to the structures of the sheep brain.